So I think the Corkscrew definitely ranks as one of the most difficult corners in the country. Certainly one of the most unique by far. Definitely kind of stomach in your throat when you come over the top and plunge back down the hill. Hey, I'm Dane Cameron, driver of the number 6 Acura Team Penske DPI in the IMSA WeatherTech Series, and I'm here to take you turn by turn around Laguna Seca. Here we are, front straightaway at Laguna Seca. This is actually turn 1, big rise there. Hard braking now for turn 2, so best passing opportunity onto the racetrack. Turn 2, Andretti hairpin as it's known here. It's actually very, very low grip here in the center of this corner, so a lot of different lines can take place here. There's kind of one line you would take for passing and a different line you're going to take for qualifying when you're trying to get a little bit more speed out of the car. There's actually 2 different sections of apex curbing, and you'll see me turn the car back to get that exit out of there. Again, trying to get your hands straight, trying to get maximum traction. So now we'll go up to 3rd gear into turn 3 here. This is a really tricky corner, really tricky entry here. You kind of have to hustle the car from the right side of the road back over to the left. The car never really quite gets straight here. You either feel like you charged into the corner and lost the rear of the car, or you feel like you underdrove and you lose the front of the car. So it's a really tough place, and definitely one of the corners you never feel like you quite get right, or never feel like the car fully wants to cooperate there. So out of turn 3 into turn 4, under the bridge there, this is a really quick corner, turn 4. Kind of a wide entry, but it tightens up a lot there on the exit. 4th gear corner, so it's quite fast. You have to turn in a little bit earlier than you think, get into the grip, and one that really punishes you if you get greedy and you get back to throttle too early. A really difficult corner, especially when the tires start to wear, but one that feels really good when you get quite right. Turn number 5 here, another pretty hard braking zone, but you can get pretty deep into here. This corner has a lot of camber, so you can really brake pretty deep. There's a little bit of banking there to help you through the corner. And it kind of encourages you to turn early into the corner, but that's the wrong thing to do because it turns so much more past the apex there. So you really have to be patient, and this is probably one of the most important corners to have your car placement right. The most dangerous section at Laguna Seca is probably turn 6. Very quick left-hand corner, blind approach over a small crest. You kind of just a small touch on the brake, turn in with speed, and you can't see the apex, so you can't see the center of the corner at all. And you really have to be committed to big speed because it leads up to a really big hill on your way up to the Corkscrew. So typically this is where you would see the most, spins, as evidenced by the skid marks that are on the track there. It's pretty typical to be a little too fast, drop a wheel corner exit, and be fighting to get the car back on the track and kind of have a spin over to the left. What's most common is to basically go flying off the road when you get to corner exit. So I think the Corkscrew definitely ranks as one of the most difficult corners in the country. Certainly one of the most unique by far. And it's the type of corner that you never feel like you've gotten right. I think what makes the Corkscrew difficult is honestly more of the approach to it than the actual going down, the 5 or 6 story drop. Obviously, it's very unique. You don't see anything like that anywhere else in the world. It's a left-hand corner at the top there, and untraditionally, you start braking or you start approaching the corner from the left-hand side, which at a normal corner would be wrong. And you kind of drift from the left side of the road over to the right side once you come over that crown. But once you get the car slowed down and turned and you get to that apex there on the left, the corner's kind of about over from there, and the big plunge down the hill is just kind of the bonus out the backside. You actually use a little bit taller gear, so it's probably slow enough to be a 1st gear corner, but typically you'll roll that 2nd gear because as you plunge downhill, that 5, 6 stories downhill, the car gains speed so quickly. The load on your body going through the Corkscrew is kind of unique, so typically you're having G-forces side to side on your body and forward to backward, but what we don't normally see in racing is kind of those vertical Gs as you drop down the hill. So definitely kind of the stomach in your throat when you come over the top and plunge back down the hill. Everything's a little bit light, you're kind of coming out of the seat just a little bit, and then when you get to the bottom, obviously everything comes crashing back down and compresses quite hard there. So turn 9 here is one of my favorite corners on the track. And it's really tricky because it's so wide on the entry and then narrows up so much and goes a little bit off camber at the exit. So off camber meaning that the road is falling away from you and trying to pull that car off the road. It's definitely a tricky corner. It suckers you into thinking, oh, maybe I can be flat, maybe just a little more throttle, this and that. And it always tries to bite you when you get to the exit there. You realize if you got it right or wrong. So a really short straightaway between turns 9 and into turn 10. This again is a really fun corner. It's got just a great flow on this section of the racetrack once you come down to the corkscrew. Here you do have that camber to help you, but again, it's quite easy to overdrive because the pavement is so old and just trying to get it just right. Again, if you're too early into the corner, the front tires are going to give up and you feel like you're running out of racetrack on corner exit. Turn 11 has got to be the lowest grip corner on the track. You never feel like you can brake super hard there. And again, it's a high use track with some pretty old pavement. So you always feel like you're balancing the car through here. Even though it's first gear and very, very slow, the minute you turn in, the car's kind of fighting you in the rear. It's really tricky, and obviously it's hugely important as well because you need that really strong exit to get maximum top speed, through turn 1 and into turn 2. So if you're weak here and you're struggling for corner exit, you're just going to be a sitting duck and you're going to be getting passed when you get down to turn 2. So it's one of the toughest places to get right, but it's one of the most important for the lap too. So once you've finally got the power down out of turn 11, start pulling through the gears, climbing the hill over the crest in turn 1, and start the process all over again for another lap at Laguna Seca.
Hey, I'm AJ. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed that episode of Turn by Turn, don't forget to hit the subscribe button so you don't miss the next installment of Turn by Turn. And let us know what racetrack you want us to cover next in the comments below.